Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back to the conservatory here at Rathbone Manor. I'm already set up. I didn't realise you were going to be here that early. Okay, so let me bring the camera down here and we'll have a look at what we've got today then. Okay, so I've got several star buys amongst this lot. A mystery object, this little fella right here. We'll get to that in a moment or two. And I may have a fine to pay on this. Not there. Okay then, so yeah, star buys, interesting little bits of kit, mystery object. Let's get into it. Okay, we'll start with these two here, including the mystery object. I've got to be careful with this because it's actually got the name on it, what it's all about. As you can see, it's like a T-handle here, nicely chromed. Then we have, in the end, little hex driver there. So what's that all about then? What you can do, guys, if you pause the video right here and put down in the comment section what you think this little tool is for here, and I'll just wait for you for a few minutes while you go and do that. Okay. Now, as you guys know, I quite like to pick up a pair of pliers when I see them, an interesting and nice pair of pliers when I see them, and I happened to see this in one of the boxes and I thought, oh, this is interesting. I mean, they're a little bit not very well made. I mean, let's have a look at the end here. I mean, that's fairly shoddy for a start, but they're sort of nice and shiny. Probably, I don't know if they've been chromed or not, but they're certainly shiny anyway, and they've got some nice painted black handles. But of interest to me, we have USSR just there, look, and a H in a diamond. So you can see how all these are USSR. They don't appear to be in too bad a condition. You can see the pivot, there's a slightly star on the pivot on that side. They seem to work quite nicely. I don't think they've overly been abused. They're a bit grubby. They could do with a bit of a clean up. The cutters haven't been damaged that I can see, so nobody's tried to cut anything they shouldn't have done with these. And we have edge cutters as well. Look, got two of those. I'll tell you what we ought to do. Give them a go. Okay, so let's start out with this multi-stranded copper wire here. See what it's, if they're any good at chopping that up, shall we? Let's get them in there. Can you see that, guys? Yep. Oh, blimey, they cut really nicely, actually. Wow, look at that. Can we get some 2.5mm twin and earth English mains cable in there? Get off. Right, let's have a look. Can we get it in there? I do believe we can. Right, there we are. Ah. Yep, let's cut through that eventually. What about 3mm copper rod? Give that a go. Not just there, don't like it just there too much. Yeah, not too bad. It cuts, but not as cleanly as it could do. Oh, those end ones will cut there. Can we get the... no, not quite, it's a bit too big for that, hang on. Okay, so we've got some... I think this is 1mm twin and earth here. This stuff is a bit smaller. Let's have a look. Get that in there, can you see that? Where is it? It's black on black, you can't really see it, can you? But it did cut it. In fact, we'll try red on the other side so we can actually see what's going on the camera. Right, there we are, look. Yeah, cut that off. Nice. No, they're not bad then, are they? 50p paid for those. Not bad at all, I like those, they're good. Any ideas yet, guys? Okay, so I got all this lot from one stall and everything was 50p each. So £2 paid for that lot. So originally I found one of these kicking about in the box. I thought, oh yeah, that looks like it's might be handmade, because I don't think there are any names on it. And then I happened to spot another one in there. And I thought, obviously somebody's made 2 of these, so I'm not going to split them up, especially for 50p each. I'm not splitting these little fellas up because they've been about I don't know how long. As you can see, somebody's used bolts for the threaded parts here, and if they have been handmade, they've been very well handmade as well. As I say, I haven't managed to find any names on them yet, but I thought it would be a shame to break them up, because as I say, if they are handmade, they're very well made actually. Look quite good, don't they? So there's those 2 there, like those. Next up, I have a very nice quality war finish, as you can probably see just there. War finish, King Dick, military issue. Look how sharp the jaws are, and the stamping is on this thing. I don't think it's hardly been used, to be honest with you. It runs quite nicely. It runs very nicely actually. Could do with a degreasing, I think. But you can see the war finish all about it. But I thought, yeah, 50p. That'll do nicely. Have you had a guess yet, guys? Do you know what this is all about? For all the footprint wrench collectors out there, I did actually find this particular one the other month on my favourite stall, and I got this and this lot here. They were all £8. So I've no idea how old this fella is, but it is a genuine footprint wrench, as you can see. In fact, it's one of those that's double stamped. I quite like finding those ones, made in England. The footprint made in England on the hook too. And we've got a number just there. What is that? Is that another 700? Okay, so I think this is another one of these 708 models. It's a bit rusty there, but not sure whether it's like this one, whether it's a 708. It's a job to tell because it's rusted. Or is it a 698? This is a 698. Bit of a job to tell, but it could be 708. There's your footprint, made in England. And the double stamp again. This one here that Ben from Tool Addict sent me, this one is double stamped. It's got 708, I believe, on it. This one here is also double stamped and could very well have 708 on it too. Okay, so what is of interest to me of this one here? I mean, it's well worn. It's got a bit of a pitting on it, but you can't get this out of it, the pivot pin, and that's why we have a brass nut on the back. So this pivot pin appears to be quite a bit longer than this one here. I'm not sure what's happened there, whether the guy, he may have machined this pivot pin down a little bit because it's not quite as long, look, doesn't stick out as far. Don't know if you guys can see that at all. Yeah, it's a lot shorter and it sticks out further. And this nut is exceptionally tight. So, yeah. Here at the Footprint Wrench Collectors Club, we have to pick up interesting footprint wrenches, obviously, and as I say, with a brass nut on the back. I wonder what that's all about. Obviously, probably the thread is stripped in the handle here. He's had to do something with the pivot pin, and this brass nut is quite tight to get out. Oh, it is tight, blimey. Right, there we go. So the threads look alright on that. Aha. Thread is okay on the pivot pin, which looks to be very much like a genuine pivot pin to me. Can we see in there? It is looking fairly smooth where the thread should be, so I'm going to say the thread has been stripped. Oh yeah, there we go. It's definitely stripped. Stripped or drilled out, one of the two. Any thoughts, guys? Okay, so let's move along to this book here. What have we got here? The New Cambridge 4-Figure Mathematical Tables. Okay. Logarithms of numbers, natural sines, natural tangents, logarithms of sines, blah blah blah. I don't understand a word of this because I'm not very good with numbers and I never have been. Somebody's actually used it, funnily enough, to draw one of a little tool on here by the looks of it. Done a little sketch in ink there, probably with a, you know, the old ink pen, so you had to dip them into the inkwell. University of Cambridge. Local Examinations Syndicate, 1941, all rights reserved. Nothing but a load of messy ink on the back. Now then, I think I may be having to pay a fine on this because, let's have a look. It was booked out from Wisbech Grammar School, from the library, look, by R.J. Bird, Form R2 I think that is, on the 16th of the 9th, 1942, and he never took it back again, or she, whoever it was, never took it back again. I mean, this is just full of figures. I mean, I have no idea, being an ignoramus. It's just full of figures and numbers, so my late father would have known all about this, but for me, numbers are like, I think I suffer with, I can't remember what it is now. I'll put it up down the bottom of the screen here, I'll have a look, because I can't remember what it's called. But I don't do numbers at all, not very good with maths at all in least, but this is full of figures. There we are. Copies of these tables can be obtained from the Syndicate Buildings, Cambridge, priced 5d, that's 5 pence each. There we go. So yeah, I might be paying a bit of a fine on this book. Okay guys, it's time to look at my star buys, all this lot here. Okay, so I think what we'll do is better start with this little fella right here actually. So, have you had your guesses in the bottom, guys, in the comments section? As I say, we've got a hex driver on the end here. This is like been dipped in rubber by the looks of it. Okay, so what's it for? Jubilee clip driver. So it's actually for driving Jubilee clips. Unfortunately, I don't believe I have a genuine Jubilee clip, but I do have some Jubilee clip copies, and not very good Jubilee copies at that. These are definitely not proper Jubilee clips, as you can see. I think they used to have the thread on the outside, not this blooming perforations going on. But unfortunately, the heads on these are too big, look. So we can't drive. And if I had a proper genuine Jubilee clip, it would fit in there a treat and you'd be able to drive it. So I thought, oh, that's nice. 50 pence that one. I thought, yeah, I'll have that. Not seen one of those before. Now, obviously my favourite stall was just opening when I got there. I had to wait for him to open as usual. And one of the first things he put out on his table was one of these secure little display cabinet things with loads of stuff in there. And I happened to spot this little fellow in there too. So I said, oh, can I have a look at that? So I interrupted his getting tools out of the back of his van. I thought, oh, that looks interesting. It looks a bit like a footprint wrench, doesn't it? So it's not though, because you can't adjust it. I think this is another possibly Apprentice Piece here. Let's look at the riveting. And I think the teeth have been filed in there. There's a little insert, as you can see. Probably been filed. I'd say they've been filed as well. Riveted in. We've got a little brass screw holding it all together. Can we get that out of there? Yes, we can. Put that just down there for a little while. Can we get this apart? There we go. So as you can see, this is just a bit of galvanised mild steel here. So it's not threaded in the holes at all. A little, I guess that little hole was to hang it up with, possibly, maybe. This is the part that's threaded. You can see that, and I think you can just about make out that there are threads in there. Yeah, there we go, there's the threads. And also, you can see this part has been polished, look. Little circles on both sides. So somebody obviously took pride in making this little fellow then. So as I say, I think this is an Apprentice piece, a very small one. Another one for my collection. What do you guys think? Quite nice, isn't it? What's next? Okay, what's next? Is this Garrington pipe wrench. quite a nice one. I think it's one of their later models, not in too bad a condition. It's been painted with hammerite paint. Now whether that was from the factory or not, I don't know. The jaws look in fairly good condition. It runs quite nicely too. It doesn't look like, to me, I don't think it's been abused or hammered in any way. No, so somebody's looked after this one. And we have Garrington there. Number, I can't quite make it out for the paint, but it says it's maybe number something there. Red diamond. This is a Garrington red diamond. I don't think it's got the date on it anywhere, which is a shame. Forged, made in England, steel. So this is one of their later ones. We have 18-inch all over the place, everywhere else too. That's quite a nice one, I like that. I do like that a lot actually, that's quite a hefty one. So that's going into my Garrington pipe wrench collection. Right then, this little fellow here was part of this collection of tools here. As I said earlier on, he wanted 50p each for these, so £2 for that lot. Now I didn't happen to notice anything special about it while I was out there in the field. As you can see, it's a bit grubby, it's been used a little bit, but it still works. But it wasn't until I got it home, it actually runs quite well actually. It wasn't until I got it home did I notice all this lot here, look. Mossberg Wrench Company, Central Falls, USA. Patent, what's that, NCV I think, or NCV, yeah, 19 and December, oh wait a minute you idiot, that's November. So let's try that one again, shall we? Patent November 19 and December 31st, 1895. So that's quite a nice old wrench to pick up. It looks very similarly made to my, what have I got out there? My Abingdon Eco. Let's bring the Abingdon Eco in and have a look. Okay, here's the Abingdon Eco, which is from I believe possibly after the turn of the 19th century, but you can see the construction is very similar. Just folded sheet steel. Look at that, look how similar they look. So I decided to make this one my star buy, this one. Really old, 1895, that's the patent date on it. So it could be 1895 or it could be a little bit younger. But it's quite an old little fellow, this one. Look at that. How nice is that, guys? What do you think? Okay then, so I'm quite pleased with my haul today. Especially these two spanners, the Toolmakers clamps, Footprint Wrench Collectors Club, another what I believe to be Apprentice Piece, I like that too. Very pleased with the Garrington here. And this is an interesting find. Jubilee clip driver, never seen one of those before, so that was interesting. Brush and pliers, books of figures. Please let me know down in the comments which is your favourite of all this lot here. What is my favourite? I think I have several favourites amongst this lot. The little Mossberg Wrench, obviously a favourite. The Jubilee clip driver, definitely a favourite. This little fellow here, because I like my apprentice made stuff. It was either apprentice made or made at school in metalwork, one of the two I think. Footprint Wrench Collectors Club, gotta be. But I like these two little Toolmakers clamps as well, they're quite nice. And so I couldn't split those up. Don't forget about me, Nash! Oh, good grief, yes, I forgot all about you, didn't I? Look at this, look guys. I saw this in the, one of the boxes and walked past it several times, so I thought, because it does look good, doesn't it? It looks like a proper genuine mousetrap. And it's actually, I think we have Ainsley, 1985 on there. It's quite nice, isn't it? It didn't actually cost me anything because whilst I was wandering about through Waitrose car park yesterday, I came across a 10p laying on the tarmac. So I thought, oh, I'll have that. So I chucked it in my pocket. The guy originally wanted 20p for this little fellow here, And so I dived about in my pocket and I couldn't find the 20p, which I thought I had. So I said, oh, I've only got this 10p. And man, that 10p was out of my hand quicker than you can say Jack Robinson. So I thought, okay, so yep, 10p paid for this. Actually a freebie. What do you think? Isn't that all kinds of cute, guys? I do like that. Very nice. Alrighty then, so as I say, I hope you enjoyed popping over to Rathbone Manor this morning and the conservatory, taking a look at today's tool haul from the car boot sale, including our little friend just here, little mouse on the trap eating his cheese. Good lad. Yeah, let me know which is your favourite out of this lot. Don't forget our little friend here. And I might not be going to the car boot sale next Sunday, chances are, so I'll have to find something else for you guys to take a look at. Anyway, what was I in the middle of doing? Oh yeah, sorting these gloves out. See you later, guys.